Jack blushed harder and carefully undid the snaps of his onesie and revealed his soaked diaper. Chastity scrutinized it and smiled satisfactorily. "You're soaked," she pronounced. "Yes indeed," Jack said. "How about your diaper?" Chastity's answer was to blush red. "I showed you mine," he pointed out. "Fine," she said, and undid the snaps of her onesie and lifted the front part of it to show off her wet diaper. Jack smiled at the girlishly styled diaper, a perfect complement to his boyishly styled one. "You're soaked, too," he pronounced. Chastity dropped the front of her onesie and smacked his upper arm. "Hey, what was that for?" Jack asked, though still smiling. Chastity opened her mouth and then closed it again. "Well, I don't know," she admitted. Jack merely shook his head and snapped his onesie closed, not without difficulty, though. Chastity was having greater difficulty. "Ah, stupid thing," she grumbled. Need some help?" Jack offered. Chastity looked up at him in surprise, but nodded. "Yes, actually." Jack knelt down and went to work on Chastity's snaps, finally getting them closed with a furious blush every time his fingers came into contact with her diaper. "There," he said when he was finished. "That should do it," he added as he stood up. "Thanks," Chastity said, and then suddenly stepped forward and hugged him. Jack was taken aback that for a moment all he could do was stand there dumbly, but he reacted fast enough and wrapped his arms around her in turn. "Thanks for being such a good friend, even if we weren't good friends before." "My pleasure," he said, as they stood there together in a pool of light from one of the overhead fluorescents. He noticed, as the time went on and the sweet fragrance from her hair became more and more pronounced, that she didn't seem to show any inclination to step back. He wasn't sure what to do or think about it, but he let it continue on for a while longer. Eventually, though, Chastity slackened her hold on him and moved back. "We should probably go back downstairs," she murmured. "Besides, I think I've had enough of these creepy dark hallways for one night." "Agreed," Jack said, and together they headed back to the stairway. "You know what's funny?" Chastity said as they began the descent to the first floor. "What?" "Even though we've only been here for, a couple of hours, I feel like I can trust you with almost anything," she said. Her words brought them both to a halt on a landing. "Thanks," he said sincerely. He paused. "Well, now I feel silly, I can't think of anything to add to that, so thanks again," Jack said. Chastity giggled, and then she laughed. They started down the stairs again. "Nice comeback, but you're welcome. You really aren't like any guy I've met before." "I hope that's a good thing," Jack said. "Oh, it is, trust me. I'm not really sure how different you are, but all I know is that you're different and I like it," she said. It was a pretty big statement to make, and they both knew it. "Well, maybe it's because I'm a gamer nerd," Jack said. "See, most of us don't know how to behave around pretty girls, so we just revert to the old chivalrous ways, that is, if we can avoid falling all over ourselves."